Kingdom Come Deliverance captures the essence of medieval Bohemia in a way that separates it from other open worlds. Yet, what stood out to me most wasn't the amazing lighting or stunning vistas. What truly captured my attention and makes this rendition of 1403 Bohemia so immersive are the NPCs themselves. It all started during my recent playthrough. While roaming the city of Talmberg, I happened to notice a villager carrying a pail near the town well, where he proceeded to lower the bucket, collecting the water resting at the bottom, and then raise it and collect it into his pail. Walking back to his residence, and he deposited it into a miniature bath, which I promptly used to clean Henry. At that moment, this world of pure fiction felt almost real to me. It's this level of detail, these everyday authentic routines that most players will never notice, yet it's what makes Kingdom Come Deliverance so alive. In this video, I want to highlight these immersive NPC mechanics and show off the often unseen work that Warhorse Studios put into creating this unparalleled sense of realism. The biggest factor in establishing this feeling of NPC realism are the complex routines that every character will follow. There are the basics, where every NPC will wake up, eat, head off to work, and go to sleep. But the system goes far deeper than that. For instance, watch the alehouse maid at the local tavern as she fills up a flagon of booze and serves it to customers, and then wipes down dirty tables after the customers have left, and even sweeps the ground. Although, sweeping dirt outside, I'm not sure what that's accomplishing. Meanwhile, in the background, you might spot a game of dice going on, a man loading up firewood for the campfire, and another maid quietly working at a knitting loom. Or take the butcher, for example. I watched him carry an animal carcass to his workstation, where he quickly went through the motions of cutting it up, salting the meat, and hanging it to cure. And then he grabbed some firewood and placed it in the smokehouse outside. After returning inside, he took the same meat, grounded it up, and prepared sausages, finally bringing the pre-cooked meat back out to the smokehouse, leaving it to cook until it was ready. Even the tanner follows a detailed routine. He wakes up early, grabs a quick meal, even putting back his dishes, and then heads to the tannery, where he uses his tools to process animal hides, going about his work for hours on end. Then at around midnight, he'll head back to his house, undress, and go to sleep. Now, while obviously some of the animations are not incredibly detailed, the fact that these routines exist at all adds to the feeling of an alive and functioning world. I mean, what other game, besides Red Dead Redemption 2, has created full-blown routines for just about every NPC? Of course, a big part of the NPC success in Kingdom Come comes from its complex scripting. However, when it comes to deviations from their general routines and overall reactivity, the NPCs are mostly really good. Starting with the positive, NPCs do a great job of reacting to certain character choices and world events. If a player doesn't equip a torch at night, guards will react, and the player eventually will receive a bounty. If it's raining outside, and a villager works outdoors, they may stay inside, or find a form of cover until the rain subsides. If you're covered in blood, dirt, or dressed like a monk or a knight, NPCs will respond in dialogue.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
NPCs will even acknowledge the player if Henry has an established relationship with him. During my playthrough, I pretty much got by entirely by sleeping in other people's beds. But more than once, an NPC would wake me up and ask me to leave.
How dare you sleep in someone else's bed? Get lost!
If you attack a citizen, they will immediately rush to the bailiff, and you will be forced into combat. Although sometimes villagers would just outright forget my heinous crimes just moments after they were committed. So I had to teach them a permanent lesson. In combat, different enemies present unique challenges. A knight clad in armor will almost always be a tough encounter, while your average unarmored bandit usually goes down in a single strike. Even crouching in front of an NPC will usually lead to a realistic reaction.
What's the matter, laddie?
Need to shit?
This level of reactivity can lead to some memorable stories. For example, while testing for this video, I dropped a piece of bacon in front of a villager at a tavern, then walked just out of sight. The villager couldn't believe his luck and pocketed my bacon, immediately beginning to walk away. No need to worry, I did end up getting my piece of bacon back. I want to end this off with some minor things that I want to briefly cover that are hopefully addressed in the sequel. NPCs will often acknowledge Henry through dialogue, but their pathfinding will not. Because of this, they will walk into and through the player. And then sometimes they'll even make a snide comment, making it seem as though the player bumped into them. Then there's the small stuff, like general jank and glitches, which are pretty easy to spot if you're looking for it. But it's hard to even mention small stuff like this when you consider the fact that it's really no worse than the majority of modern AAA games, looking at you Bethesda and Ubisoft. And it was Warhorse's first ever game created, and was funded partly through Kickstarter. A primary goal of Kingdom Come Deliverance was to give the player the feeling that they are not the center of the universe by creating a massive, simulated environment in which every NPC has their own wants, needs, joys, and troubles. Warhorse Studios succeeded in making the world feel alive with or without Henry's influence. It's this kind of attention to detail that makes Kingdom Come so distinct from many other open world games. NPCs don't just exist to serve the player, they have their own lives, routines, and even quirks of their own. Overall, the sheer depth and realism of NPC interactions, complex routines they follow, and the way the world continues to move and breathe, even without Henry's presence, truly sets Kingdom Come apart. It's a game that doesn't just tell you you're in 15th century Bohemia, it shows you in every little detail. If Warhorse Studios can build on this incredible foundation in the sequel, addressing some of the minor issues, while keeping that same sense of realism and immersion, it could elevate Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to an entirely new level. Thank you for watching. If you're still here at the end, I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really did take ages following around these NPCs, and it would show me that you guys want to see more content like this. If you're still interested in the NPCs of Kingdom Come, I recommend you check out lead AI developer Martin Cerny's dissertation thesis, examining several key issues related to managing AI, developed within the framework of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Let me know in the comments if there are any other games you'd like me to dive into for NPC mechanics. Maybe I'll turn this into a series. Also, I'd love to hear any funny or interesting stories that you guys have had with this game. I'm still working through Pacific Drive, so expect that in the coming weeks, or maybe a video on Battlefront 2. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you again.